Welcome to This Week in Crazy America with me, Reese Hancock. This week we have doggy driving lessons, a high school wrestler who stopped a kidnapping, Florida's COVID-19 sprayer, and the Michigan Flashers' lengthy career comes to an end. It seems difficult in these troubled times to find craziness that is not, in one way or another, linked to the pandemic. But this week's story of a dog's high-speed driving lesson stands out as being a bit of bonding with man's best friend that may well have happened even in a calmer era. After leading cops on a wild chase in Washington state, the owner, Alberto Tito Alejandro, seemed surprised that, how can we put it, the cops were on his tail. After all, the perplexed Alejandro explained to state troopers from the passenger seat he was only giving his pit bull the latest installment of his important instruction behind the wheel. Now, as insanely misguided as Alejandro's driving lesson, or doggy driving lesson, was, the actions of another man down in Florida were just plain chilling. David Randolph White is accused of spraying a bottle labeled with big letters, COVID-19, of spraying that bottle all over a local business. We don't know yet what White's beef was. I'm sure that will come out. And we may well find out whether there was COVID-19 in the bottle after all. But the incident was certainly serious enough to get the FBI's terror unit involved. And we will definitely find out more in due course. On a happier note, Crazy America's hero of the week is a high school wrestling champ from New Mexico who stopped a kidnapper in his tracks. 16-year-old Kanan Bauer didn't have time to think. He just acted. The teen used his best body slam, now no doubt honed from years of training. He used that body slam to pin down a creep who was trying to abduct a mother and her 3 children from a gas station store. Bauer then kept the man in a chokehold until cops arrived. See, all that training definitely came in handy. Well done, sir. Other stories to note this week were the harrowing case of a coronavirus-stricken New York man who tried to get the cops to shoot him. Ricardo Cardona of the Bronx feared the worst when he got the diagnosis of COVID-19, mainly because he's massively overweight. But really, putting ketchup on a knife and attacking cops in the hope they will kill you, that's not the way to go out. At any rate, Cardona survived, and he probably now faces much worse than anything coronavirus could do to him. Another troubled man we learned about this week was Michigan's Todd Pasteur, otherwise known as the Michigan Flasher. Unlike Cardona, Pasteur can't use coronavirus as any excuse. The serial offender has been showing his unwanted wares to victims for more than 20 years. Thankfully, cops have finally brought his lengthy career to an end. One thing's for sure, he's going to be locked up for a very long time. Finally, on a much lighter note, you have to applaud the ingenuity of arborist and, more importantly, doting son Charlie Adams. The Ohio man used his tree care company's mechanical bucket to get close enough to his 80-year-old mom's window to say hello. There was no other way he would have been getting anywhere near the 3rd floor of her lockdown assisted care facility. Of course, he kept the proper distance while checking in on Mum from the bucket. So stay safe and healthy. That's all we've got for you for now, and see you same time, same place next week.
Well, we used to know that damn